This is Tank's Vlog, September 30th, 2019. The 2019 Major League Baseball season is over. And now we get ready for the postseason, beginning Tuesday night with the wild card game in the National League. Mets finished their season on a high note as Dominic Smith hit a walk-off 3-run home run in the 11th inning, which is his first at bat in 2 months. So, showing you that the Mets had a lot of magic going on. If they only didn't suck in May and June, they'd probably be playing on Tuesday. I mean, just think about it. Just think about right now. They finished just 3 games behind the Brewers. Just 3 little games. Let's think of what 3 games those could be. The implosion of Edluz Diaz in Washington. The implosion of Edluz Diaz in Philadelphia. And the Edluz Diaz catastrophe in LA. 3 games right there. The Mets should have won, didn't win because of Edluz Diaz. And think of all the bad managerial decisions that were made this year by Mickey Callaway. I think a better manager, the Mets win at least 5 more games. That's 91 wins. That's a wild card. So, season over, 86 and 76. Lots to build on. Pete Alonso obviously going to be Rookie of the Year. Jacob deGrom should win the Cy Young. 53 home runs, record home runs for rookies for Pete Alonso. 120 RBIs, just short of the Met team record for Pete Alonso. Noah Syndergaard was okay in his final start today. We'll see if he comes back next year. I think the Mets should try to re-sign Zach Wheeler. And if they trade Noah Syndergaard, they got to get someone that can work for 2020. Not a prospect. No prospects. Has to be someone. 2020 has to be win now. That's what the aim has to be. They have to go out, roll the dice, stop with the half-ass shit, spend money, make 2020 the year the Mets win the World Series. And that begins with bringing in a top-level manager, either Joe Girardi or Joe Maddon. Hopefully Mickey Callaway gets fired in the next few days, and we'll figure out where to go from there. Yankees will be playing in the playoffs, and the way they're going to playoffs is not good. Lance Lynn struck out 10 Yankees, got his 16th win as the Yankees just are not playing good baseball. They're not hitting. They have 5 days off. I got a funny feeling they're going to lose to the Twins. The Yankees are going down in the ALDS. You heard it here first. Red Sox, last year's champions, finished this year with a disappointing 84-78 record, beating the Orioles on the last day of the season, 55-4, as the Orioles finish 54-108. Nationals, they finish the season on a high note with an 8-game winning streak. They'll be hosting the wild card game on Tuesday night. Today they beat the Indians 8-2. Indians, best team not in the playoffs with a record of 93 and 69. Coincidentally, same record as the Nationals. Dodgers, best record in the National League again. It was Bruce Bochy's final game for the Giants, as the Dodgers won 9-0. Dodgers finished the season 106 and 56. Reds beat the Pirates 3-1. Clint Hurdle has been already told he will not be back as manager in Pittsburgh. Marlins finished the year 57-105 and beat the Phillies 4-3 on the final day. Astros have the best record overall in baseball. Garrett Cole earned his 20th win as they beat the Angels 8-5. It was the Blue Jays, 8-3 winners over the Rays. Rays will be going to Oakland for the American League wildcard game on Wednesday. White Sox over the Tigers. Tigers' worst team in baseball at 47-114. 114 losses. They're terrible. It was the Diamondbacks who won nothing winners over the Padres. Padres finish last place once again. The boringest, most nondescript team in baseball finished in last place at Manny Machado. Manny Machado, Manny Machado. Where are fourth out there, Manny Machado? It was the Mariners 3-1 winners over the A's. A's finished the year 97-65. Don't fall asleep on that team. Rockies beat the Brewers on the final day of the season, 4-3. Brewers will be playing in Washington for the National League wild card. Cardinals win the Central Division on the last day of the season, beating the Cubs 9-0. And it was the Royals 5-4 winners over the Twins. NFL Week 4, let's just call this the week from hell. Bizarro week, strange happenings all around. Miami Dolphins, they actually had a lead. For the first time this year, the Miami Dolphins had a lead, and it lasted 5 seconds. In the end, it was the Chargers winning 30-10. Dolphins even had a chance to get a second lead. And then Kalen Ballage, the guy whose name rhymes with garbage, dropped a pass where he could have walked in the end zone. And once again, the second half, the Dolphins score 0. I think, if I'm not mistaken, in the 3 combined games, the Dolphins have yet to score a single solitary point in the second half of any of these fucking games. Dolphins just awful. Next week they have the bye week. They'll probably lose to some fucking Pop Warner team. And just think, in 2 weeks they get to play the Washington Redskins. Woo! I want that game on Sunday Night Football. Waiting all day on Sunday night, watching 2 teams, that's quite a fright. One team has no talent at all. The other team's coached by a total moron. I tell you, the ratings for that game will be terrific. We'll call it the Tua Tolipo. It is, both teams are just clearly right now the worst teams in the NFL. Of course, the Redskins went into the Meadowlands today and got stomped by the Giants, 24-3. This is a defensive unit for the Giants that is terrible. But today they just humiliated the Redskins. Dwayne Haskins got his first action, and Dwayne Haskins showed right now he is not an NFL quarterback. They're better off keeping Case Keenum, let me tell you. Haskins got picked off by Jabril Peppers, thinking it was back to the days of Michigan versus Ohio State. Of course, I don't know if he actually faced Dwayne Haskins. I think Haskins may not have started until Peppers was in the NFL. But Peppers getting a pick 6 in this one. It just ugly football by the Redskins. Giants now 2-2, 2-0 with Daniel Jones as the starter. Patriots, they scored 13 points in the first quarter, only scored 3 the rest of the game. Buffalo Bills, this has got a tremendous defense. I mean, they only lost to the Patriots 16-10. And Josh Allen threw 3 interceptions before getting his brains knocked in. I thought the referees were going to throw a penalty. Laying on the ground? I mean, come on. He got nearly decapitated. And then Matt Barkley came in, and Matt Barkley can't do diddly squat. You know, there were 8 undefeated teams going into this week. Now there are 3. And the only 2 that survived this week played all the undefeated teams. And the other one was playing a bye week. The Niners were off. The Chiefs, they survived a scare in Detroit. The Detroit Lions, who actually have a tie earlier this year just gave the Chiefs all they can handle, but Patrick Mahomes having the ball with 2 minutes left is 2 minutes too long, as the Chiefs scored the game-winning touchdown and won the game 34-30. The Falcons, what an egg they laid today as they lost at home to the Titans 24-10. Not a good week for the home teams. Colts lost to the Raiders 31-24. Very sloppy effort today by the Colts. Browns, Nick Chubb, big game. 165 yards on the ground, 3 touchdowns. Nearly nothing for Odell Beckham as they beat the Ravens 40-25. Kyle Allen's second start, second win. Panthers beat the Texans 16-10. In the most stunning, shocking result of the day, half of America's suicide pools are now dead as the Buccaneers beat the Rams 55-40. Jared Goff, just an absolute crazy game. 517 yards through the air, but too many turnovers, 3 interceptions. Jameis Winston had a strong game as the undefeated Rams lose to the Buccaneers, a team that's not that good. Most points ever scored in a single game by Tampa against a defense for the Rams that had been outstanding coming into this week. Just a result that just baffles explanation. Seahawks over the Cardinals 27-10. Cardinals remain winless with Kyler Murray scuffling once again. It was the Bears losing Mitch Trubisky early in the game, but it was all defense all the time as Kirk Cousins was smashed into the ground repeatedly as the Bears won 16-6 with the Vikings only score coming late in the fourth quarter. The Denver Broncos also remain winless as Gardner Minshew and his magical mustache led the Jaguar rally, got them down the field for the game-winning field goal by Josh Lambo. Second time this year the Broncos have lost a home game on a last-second kick. And in the Sunday night game, the Saints lost their quarterback. Drew Brees is out for at least 6 to 8 weeks. There is no doubt, but they got a good backup who was decent tonight. He did not throw a touchdown, but got them in position for 4 field goals to beat the Dallas Cowboys. He was good enough. Teddy Bridge over troubled water. He was good enough. He was good enough. Today's 3 stars were Jack Flaherty of the Cardinals. I think Jacob deGrom will win the Cy Young, but don't look too far past Jack Flaherty. I actually think Jack Flaherty would be a better second pick than Yao Ryu, who did not have a good second half. Flaherty was the best pitcher in the second half, meanwhile. Nick Chubb of the Browns, 165 yards on the ground with 3 touchdowns. And Matt Diaz had 2 home runs and 4 RBIs for the Angels in their loss to the Astros. Today's birthday shout-out goes to Martina Hingis, who turns 39. And we take a look back to 1984, when Mike Witt, on the final day of the season, threw a perfect game against the Rangers. The Rangers basically treated the game like, okay, swing the bat, let's go, let's get out of here. We're going home. You know, that happens a lot in the last game of the season. You know, there's actually been a surprising number of no-hitters on the last game of the season. This was actually the 3rd, and since then there's been like about 3 more. So check out the full story at Barstool Sports and Sports Encyclopedia, where sports history lives. Good day.